Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so smart.
We are about to go over the Denison Dam on Lake Texoma. This is entering from Oklahoma into Texas. And the dam is at the Red River. We're going to cross the Red River.
Kind of see where the river runs through over there. You can see I don't know if you can see that. I can with shades on. You can see there's kind of a dirtiness in the water up there. It's a little sandy.
Let me unplug my phone where
I
I
think that's where the river's coming through. I might be wrong.
I see a lone boat out there today. What's the temperature today?
102.
102 degrees. It'd have to be a pretty committed person to be out on the lake, especially just out fishing. I could see someone going out to water ski or swim. We are on the east edge of Lake Texoma, where it feeds on out into the Red River. Sometimes there's some sailboats out in this big open area. It's just too hot today. Why don't you drive on down to the dam? A couple of times since Monty and I've been together, and maybe more than twice, but a couple of times that I can think of, and I'm talking about within the last 30 years. The one was pretty recently. The water has gone over the spillway, and it is really a sight to see, because usually then all the floodgates are open on the dam that we're about to drive down and see. And yeah, I smell a heavy sulfur smell.
Yeah. I wonder if some of that water's gotten stagnant down
Yeah,
below.
because normally it doesn't smell like that. So
It's been so dry.
that's really a sight to see when all the gates are open on the dam and the water level's real high, because the Red River is churning then. I don't think there'll be very many gates open today. We haven't had much rain.
They only let water through their generating.
And
Here's a good picture of the spillway.
oh yeah, there's the spillway. So there have been times that water has been over that, very rarely. And this is a place here in the spring. It's just covered with Texas blue bonnets, and it's a great place to come and get family photos and Easter photos. It's a common place that people come for that exact reason. And so you can we're on the Texas side now as we've crossed over, and so some people will come and fish on the Texas side of the Red River, and other people. Then we're gonna drive on back over to the Oklahoma side here. Now we're coming up below the dam. The Red River, for those who don't know, maybe those who don't live in this area, the Red River is the dividing line between Oklahoma and Texas. It is the border.
We got a good shot to the right. You can see where the floodgates empty out.
Yeah, so we're driving
They're
over
obviously closed now.
the floodgates. Let's see, we're down below the dam right now.
Look at all that brown in the water. I wonder if that's some kind of...
Yeah, the water's not going much at all now.
Like
Sometimes it is really something else to see when the floodgates are open. And like Monty said, of course, it's generating electricity.
Now, if we went on straight here, we'd go back to where we came from, but I'm going to turn right as we're going.
Now, there's areas you can hike and walk on further down the Red River here. But a lot of times when we've come out here, we just come...
Straight on through there.
Oh, okay. Now, they've cleared this out some more
Yeah, they
down
have,
here.
since I've been here last. This is interesting. I've never been up here.
Well, I was thinking we had before, but I didn't remember it being these rocks and kind of cleared out. I thought it was all grown up before. Yeah, you can kind of get down to the river a little better than you used to could, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, you're right. They're letting their kids swim down there. And that's dangerous, but I guess they're just not doing a lot of, other than generation. Look, I've never noticed those those old poles down there. See the posts in the water?
Yeah.
I guess normally the water's a little higher than that.
This is all fairly newly built. This was not here. This didn't used to be here.
Yeah, that concrete work on the edge is new.
Yeah, because we used to come here with our kids and we would hike over toward this area, and this was all kind of treacherous and real grown up, and there was just a little trail. So that's neat. Boy, that would have taken some work to even haul those big
What's
stones
right
in.
here, do you know?
It goes back into Cartwright the back way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, this is the, yeah. I used to get out and drive on Sundays when I was a teenager in my old Monte Carlo. And I'd drive over the dam going this way, and then I'd come back the low way, drive around, curves around into Cartwright.
But it isn't normally the case, but there really is a strong sulfur smell right now. And you may be right, Monty. It may be due to stagnant, water, because that's a lot of times when you get a sulfur smell is when water sits too long.
I wouldn't want to come down here right now. It's bad.
Yeah, I've never known it.
I'll ask Jared Sunday night. I go to church with a guy that works for the Corps of Engineers, and he's stationed here at the dam. He's an electrician. Some guys down there fishing. I wonder if they're catching anything. Well, those guys are sweaty.
Yeah, you just really not going to be able to see much happening right now. If the floodgates were open, we'd get out and walk on up there to the fence where you can see a little better.
It's definitely when they're open and full on.
All right, see if we can get that. Yeah, there's some water flowing there.
It looks to me like they're just generating just a little small bit of water flowing. And I think that yellowish stuff is coming through the dam because it's settling over there to the, you can see it.
Well, sulfur is yellow.
At the end of the concrete, you can see where it's swirling back to the right, and it's just gathering to the right. Most of the time when you stand up over the top, you can see some carp and things like that down there swimming.
I'm so glad I looked back and was able to find some footage that I took of my family at that dam back in 2020. And the floodgates were open then, and it's a neat sight to see. And so I'm so glad I'm going to get to share it with you guys now. Just hubby and I, just the two of us today, which is really kind of a rare occasion. We have such a big family that it's very rare we go someplace just the two of us, and we've decided that we're just going to eat at Golden Corral. That way we can have a good selection of what to eat. We discussed several places and we've settled on Golden Corral. I like the color. That blue is pretty. I like the color of that vehicle. Yeah, they don't look very busy, do they?
I guess I'm not going to go through there. I'll just park here.
I've been to 2 different Goodwills with my husband and I since I last posted anything about Goodwill. I think the one that I last posted was when my daughter and I went to Goodwill. But this is the first time that my husband and I went to a local Goodwill. I got this storage basket just for personal use and to organize my eBay and such. And it seems it may be coming through the camera more as a red, but it's actually kind of a burnt orange color, which is pretty, of course, for fall. And this art, tractors, trucks, and toys. There's nothing quite like little boys. I got this with in mind. I had been at that fall off the truck store and they had some party supplies that were related to this same thing. And then when I went to a flea market up, you'll see that in my Tulsa video, I got a party pack that had a banner and things that was for a kid's that said happy birthday that had heavy equipment on it. So probably hoping to get to use this for one of my grandsons for their birthday, or if nothing else for one of my sons or husband for their birthday. They would think this was funny. We would all think it was funny. Anyway, and then I got this. I just think this is so adorable. Oh gosh. Lord grant me the patience to endure my blessings. But this is so vintage, and it really reminds me so many things. You know, guys, almost on every video I mention my older sister who passed away. And, you know, we went sometimes weeks at a time without texting or calling, and sometimes months without seeing each other. But, you know, I just knew she was all, you just, when you know someone's there, and then when they pass, you realize they're not there anymore, and you're not going to get to see them again this side of heaven. And it just is, it's just really life impacting. But I was reminded of when we were kids. She was always very artistic, and this was back in the 70s, and she would find, that's really when decoupage had come on, and was kind of a real popular thing. She would find a pretty card or something out of a magazine and decoupage it onto a wooden board and make it look so pretty. And this is just kind of what that brought back a memory to. And then she would sometimes use even like a pop can tab to put on the top of it for a hanger. So that was what we got the first time my husband and I went here to a local one. Then when we went down to this weekend into Texas, that's what you just saw earlier, where we went to the Denison Dam and out to eat, and then to that Goodwill. I only got a couple of things. I got this little pumpkin, fall's, it's so hot right now, but fall's almost upon us. And it says, "Praise God from whom all blessings flow." I thought those two go neat together. And then, we're always having some kind of birthday party or baby shower or something. And I just thought this was cute, this little board for a luau. Anyway, so I didn't buy very much. And the only other thing that I can think of that I bought that I don't have here in front of me, but I'll drop down pictures that I took of it, is a vintage bowling bag with shoes and a ball. And I looked up the bag itself. I paid $15 for the set of 3. The bag itself will sell for $30 to $50. And I'm going to do a little bit more research on the shoes to decide whether, since they're the same color scheme as the bag, would it be better off to sell them with the bag or to sell them separately. And the bowling ball, I probably, unless I research it, it's something really special. It looks just like a basic bowling ball. The bowling ball I probably will not sell online because I do not want to mail that. And I've slowly through the years kind of gathered a collection of bowling balls, and they're all outside. And I have hopes to do some kind of little flower bed or landscaping and either border the little flower bed with the bowling balls, or you can find the cutest ideas of painting the bowling balls to make them look like a caterpillar, or all kinds of cute ideas. that you can do. And since we're on the subject of bowling, when we were kids, we would go bowling some. My dad used to league bowl, and it ends up my father-in-law did too. I think that was a common thing in that generation, that they probably would have bowled maybe in the 50s and 60s. But I have an old photo of myself. This was in the late 80s, and I almost hate to share it because it's so horrendous, but it's funny. I had an ugly perm and ugly glasses, and I have no idea why I would have worn a floor-length jean skirt to try to bowl in. But anyway, I thought I would share you guys, and maybe you guys can have a laugh too at my expense. And then I've got this. I'm going to drop this down, and this is something my husband pointed out to me, and he asked me if I knew what it was. He didn't know, and I wasn't sure, so I took pictures of it and didn't buy it or anything, but waited till I got home to look it up to see what it was, and I was able to discover it. But I was just going to ask you guys for fun, just, do you guys have any idea what these are? And if you do, you can comment below, and I will wait till the end of the video, maybe even after the closing little song. Somewhere near the end, I will drop those down again and tell you what they are, in case there's anyone else who didn't know what they are. And then I'm going to share a few photos that I took also, not necessarily any things that I bought, but just some cute photos that I took at the Goodwills. This house always reminds me of the Children of the Corn house. I've actually only seen bits and pieces of that movie. I've not seen the whole thing. It's not really my kind of movie, but I know that that is similar to what the house looked like. And it actually reminds me of my family home too, that my husband and I were married in. My son is supply preaching at a little country church, and I've just arrived there and about to go in. And to me, this is one of the prettiest churches in the whole county. You don't see the old white churches with the steeple very much anymore, at least in the area where I live. And to me, it's just like a step back in time, and I just think it's so pretty. We're kind of scattered today. My husband is leading music at another little country church. My mother-in-law went along with him. She's going to play the piano. And then I just dropped my daughter and grandson off at their church, and our other 3 children are scattered at their prospective churches and towns today. And as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, my husband and I have 5 children, and we had them all real close together, just one right after the other. So now they're all up in their 20s. My baby is 20 and my oldest is 29. And so we've kind of hit that phase of life where we're getting new sons and daughters-in-law and new grandbabies. We have our 5th grandbaby on the way. And our oldest grandbaby is only 2.5. So we're getting our grandbabies real close together, just like we did our children. And we have 2 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. And so I've been calling this next one that our daughter and son-in-law are expecting. This one's going to be our little tiebreaker. And we're just a few weeks from finding out what the baby is going to be, and we'll have a baby reveal, and I'm sure I'll be sharing some of that on my YouTube. You guys have a great and blessed Sunday. I was able to order another book from the Encyclopedia of Collectibles. This is one of the letter A books, and believe it or not, it only cost me $4 and something, including shipping. And I thought we would look at some of this beautiful, beautiful glass. This is art glass. Victorians Fanciful Ware. These are so pretty. I'm just struggling with a glare. And there we go. That's better. It says, this is Peach Blow, a shaded glass, was made by several companies. The examples here are an apple-shaped sugar bowl and a decorative pear from Hobbs, Broken Ear and Company, and 2 paperweights, an apple and a peach from the New England Glass Company. Man, every one of those are pretty, but especially the paperweights to me. Look at these. Wow. It says this was for biscuits or crackers, and I know that the Brits call cookies biscuits, so this was basically a cookie jar. Man, these are pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh, just so lovely. Man. Burmese glass was popular in Britain, and it was an American invention. It's interesting. It's kind of unusual. It says this was Italian. Gold trimmed. Wow. Boy, look at that. It says it's cameo glass. And it says this piece was made in England by Thomas Webb and Sons, which was a firm that served the U.S. market. These glass baskets, I've heard these called a bride's something. I'm blank at the moment. Bride's basket, maybe. I've seen some of these in person. Some more information. And here's art pottery. Always liked pottery. That's pretty to me. I like those blues and grays, kind of a muted blue and gray. And here's some of the marks that you would find on the bottom of them. Here's some more. Real pretty. I missed a page. I think that's everything. No? Oh yeah, I remember, because this one I had thought is kind of creepy looking, and I thought I wouldn't want that in my room because it'd feel like there was somebody staring at you if you woke up at night. Okay, and that's it. We'll look at that topic on another day. And also, I was looking, my daughter, I was going to give you guys an update on the JBF, and I probably told you in another thing that the last we had checked, we had sold 30 items. If you'll watch the last couple of my YouTubes, we talk about Just Between Friends. And the good news is that we ended up selling a total of 69 items, including my daughter's 2 big items, which were the 2 strollers, the double stroller and the regular stroller. But we still had a bunch of clothing that did not sell. So therein lies the dilemma of, even though we did well, did we want to leave? You can leave the stuff and it'll be donated. Did we want to donate the other items, or was it worth the time and money to go back down to Allen and get them? Well, the girls decided to go pick it back up, so they went and picked up everything that didn't sell, and some of it we'll use for my daughter that's expecting, and some of it we'll sell at another Just Between friend sale or at a yard sale or something. And my youngest daughter, the one that's expecting, had stopped at Buc-ee's and gotten some of these, and she didn't eat them all, and she brought me the rest of them. I've never had this from Buc-ee's, but it was delicious. And for my what sold over the weekend on eBay, I sold this Florida Gators hat for $13 plus shipping. And I sold this CoverGirl lipstick. This is a discontinued color, the best I know, sandalwood. And I sold that for $7 plus shipping. And then our total sales for the Just Between Friends sale came to, I believe it was about $339, and that is before commission. They will keep a commission out, and most of that was things that my daughter sold, and in particular, she sold 2 strollers. Now, these were not strollers that were hers personally. One she had bought at the Goodwill outlet bins when we were in Indianapolis, and one she had bought at a garage sale. And she bought them both specifically to resell, and so she just did great, and I was thankful for that. And we sold some clothing and books also. All right, I need to weigh my packages. First, I've got the lipstick. It says 1.4 ounces. I will round up and put 2 ounces. And then I'll put the dimensions of the package. And then the hat, I have all boxed up now. And it says 6.2 ounces, so I will put 7 on that. And I'll put the dimensions of the box. Now then I'll put all that information in to my computer, and then I will just have to it'll charge me for the shipping labels, and I will print off the shipping labels. Now when you go ahead and prepay for your labels online through eBay, you get a discount from USPS. So it's cheaper than if you were to take it to the post office and pay them. But, once we get the packages ready, then I'll either work out for the post office worker to pick them up here or for them to be dropped off at the post office. My son is going to be heading right by the post office, so he will drop them off for me. And now I've just got to print my labels, which I just really like this printer. It's fairly new, and it's a laser printer, so I don't have to buy ink for it. So that's just really nice. All right, I just printed my labels off and put them on the box, and I'll be good to go. The lipstick is going to Oxford, Ohio. And the hat, I'm trying to hide the address labels, so I turned them upside down. The Florida Gators hat is going to North Richland Hills, Texas, which is a Dallas suburb that's kind of known as an affluent area.
Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so smart. Good balancing. And you're being very careful. Yes. Whoa, bounce it off. Too fun, too fun. You can put it back. That was a good trick. I liked it. Roll the ball. Ball, ball.